to see transport. How do we see it? We did already a webinar in the past where we described a little bit the whole process of how we reach this kind of list of resources, so I'm not going to stop there. But just to recapitulate, so first of all, first place, if we are talking about transport policy, the main source of information about transport policy is the DG, the Direction General, the entity in charge of the transport policy, right, in the European Commission. That is DG Move. So you need to go to the web and see all the policies they're dealing with, all the topics, all the items, right? But remember that sometimes there are other websites and other entities that also work on transport, not only DG Move. So good to check on them. By the way, all this work there contains links, so you will have access later. So especially in the areas of policy of aviation, maritime, rail, road, and the multimodality, the new smart sustainable strategy of transport, some other areas, the 10T networks and the new regulation on the 10T. This is also important. All this is the webpage of the GMove. Sometimes the web is not the most updated source. You need to look somewhere else, but at least you got the departing point. You got the initial ideas, and from there you complete. So there is not official book, so meaning that you have to create your own notes, your own diagrams and schemes to study these elements. Also, the agencies. It's not ES, but it should be ERA, the European Railway Agency, the EMSA, Maritime, Aviation, EASA, CINEA, all these deal with transport. So it's important that you go through those agencies, check what they do, how they help to implement the policies, the actions that they cover, because not all of them, they do the same. Eurostat, of course, they contain numbers and figures of transport, and also the 2023 transport booklet. Available on the Move's web page is also useful. Why? But only figures, numbers? Yes, but what if the organizers of the competition, they decide to ask you what we call trivial type questions? For instance, what is the country with the longest railway network in Europe? So you got the answer in the transport booklet. Or what is the country in Europe which has more car accidents? That's in Eurostat. So I mean, maybe not the past questions, not the questions that really reflect how good you are in transport, maybe, but they're still useful and still valid questions for this exam. So better to have them in mind and to study them beforehand. So this is an overall idea of the transport, and this is extracted directly from the notice of competition and the items that we saw there. So again, we invite you to visit the webinar to see how we elaborated that logic.